Hi, Dallas here, and I'm here with,
I'm Dylan.
and we're in New Albany, Indiana, right?
Correct.
Yeah, cool. Geez, I gotta thank Dylan for giving me a ride over to Louisville, where I left my debit card last night, and really appreciate that.
No problem.
So, you were from around here?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is right across?
Right across from Louisville and just a little ways that way from New Albany. I've lived in New Albany and Louisville as well.
Cool. And you worked on barges for a while, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And what was that like?
It was an adventure. It was hard sometimes, but there was a lot of times where we got to hang out in the lounge and watch movies and wait for traffic to pass.
Yeah.
It's a very cool experience overall.
Awesome. There's a slight smell of somebody who I have a thing about fishermen.
Okay.
I feel like they're not usually friendly. Their lines are often in the way, and they do stuff like leave bags of dead fish on the shore, which then smells disgusting.
Right in front of your boat too, man.
Yeah, I know.
Either
Come
way.
on, give me a break. Yeah. So, but you also do some backpacking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit. I don't know if you want to go into this a little bit, but like it's frustrating right now to, like, you were working for Waymo for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why did you stop?
I felt, especially as somebody who's worked DoorDash and it's been really crucial for me to have work that I can just jump right into and get paid right away and work for myself essentially. And I felt like something like Waymo could take that away from people.
Mm-hmm.
So I stepped away from that.
Yeah. And I was saying that I thought maybe there were 5 data centers being built in the entire country, and you think there might be more than that, right?
Yeah, I know there's one, Cave City in Kentucky, Madison, Indiana. I think there's maybe some more going up in Jeffersonville out this way. And yeah, there's quite a few in Indiana and Kentucky alone.
Yes. And so they were building one in Wheeling. They're building one outside of Marietta. They're building one outside of Pomeroy, Ohio. It's like every single town I've gone through. But why? What's the problem?
I think a big problem is, the taking up space and using a lot of water is a big thing. And I've heard electricity bills going up for people too.
Yes, but what about jobs?
Jobs also, yeah, you get jobs for the construction end of it, but then once the thing's built, you kind of just maybe need a couple maintenance people or some security people, and that's it.
And that's it, right. But then you've got a data center, and what I'm figuring out is that we have a nationwide policy of having data centers so that we can have AI. And then the question is, what are people going to do for jobs when AI does everything? Like you were talking about, so Waymo, just in case people don't know, is self-driving vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes anybody who has a delivery job, has a taxi job, you know?
I don't think everybody's going to stand for it though.
Yeah.
I think they had so people go to New York and there's like protests against it. You've got whole like taxi cab driver unions that are going to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's going to stick in a lot of places. I think a lot of people are going to push back on it.
Yes. My only fear is that while the pushback is going on, it's already a done deal. It's under construction.
Well, you've seen that with the data centers. There's been
Yes.
a lot of places where the community very clearly, very loudly pushes back, and it still goes through.
Right, still goes through. You don't have a choice. Sorry, local community. And I noticed as we were going across the bridge, you kind of flipped off something. What was that about?
That was a flock camera.
A flock camera. We got them around Troy every day. When I open up my thing, I see new different ways to mess them up a little bit. And I was saying, I wonder when I get back, I feel like I'm in this position of like, do I want to like work for the system and try and make money? Or do I want to tie a tow rope around a flock camera and drive my pickup truck forward so that it smashes to the ground, so that I get arrested, so that I can then like write about it like Martin Luther King and letter from Birmingham jail, because people are not aware of everything that's going on here with this. It's crazy. Yeah.
I understand trying to make a community safer and trying to, track down people that have done something legitimately wrong. But, you have these things coming up in places where, community centers where there's kids and there's not really, and then you got people using them to track their ex-girlfriends, cops using them to do a bunch of shady shit. So I think we got to watch out for it.
Yeah. Plus, how are you going to write an episode of a detective show anymore? You mentioned Columbo shows up, somebody killed somebody else. Oh, just the flock camera they give us. We don't need detectives anymore. That's a kind of a joke, but goodbye CSI Miami. It reminds me of though, like during COVID when everybody was wearing a mask, but no shows had anybody wearing a mask, right? We're just pretending like that's not what's going on in the world. Like, there's not going to be detectives. I mean, once you have everybody that is recorded, every place that you go, I mean, granted, we already carry around devices that, show us where we are, but, what are you going to do? Anyway, so what are the two best things to do in New Albany?
The two best things to do in New Albany. One, for me, would be hang out by the river.
Yeah.
There's a trail, it's called the Greenway. It goes all the way from New Albany, all the way down to Jeff, and then you can get on the walking bridge and cut across to Louisville and then come all the way back down the river. Just hanging out by the river, walking this trail would be number one for me. And then number two in New Albany,
maybe going to the New Albany Tavern.
The New Albany Tavern or the Speakeasy.
Oh, yes, you were telling me about the Speakeasy.
It's called Distillery 64.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you I'm just going to give you the name. I already feel like I'm doing too much telling you the name. It's
right.
A secret little speakeasy.
Right.
You can find it anytime.
Yeah. And just, since this city is literally named after Albany, where I'm from, and we're talking about the waterfront, there's a huge difference. The whole reason I'm here is because of the waterfront, and nobody stops at the waterfront in Albany because there's no real there's a dock, and then you got to walk over railroad tracks, you got to walk over a highway, there's no businesses, you can't carry a jerry can to get some gas. So I know old Albany is debating like maybe rebuilding part of the Erie Canal that used to be in there, and I think that's the best thing that you could possibly do. Well, thanks again for the ride, and I really appreciate it. The Kentuckiana, which is the term, right?
That's right.
Sun and humidity is quite a lot here, and the smell of decaying fish is not my favorite. So I'll probably head out fairly soon, and we're watching a tug go up. Anyhow, folks, have a nice afternoon. Enjoy your Saturday. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, including use AI